Altimetry. Altitude is the vertical distance above mean sea level. Height is the vertical distance of a point measured from a specific datum. Elevation is the height of a datum above mean sea level. Flight level is the height of the aircraft above a datum using 1013.25 hectopascal. For example, flight level 250 is 25,000 feet. Altimetry. High to low, look out below. Moving from a high pressure to a low pressure area, the altimeter overreads. Moving from an area of low pressure to an area of high pressure, the altimeter underreads. Isohypses. Although they look similar when plotted on a weather chart, there is a distinct difference between isobars and isohypses. An isobar connects points of equal barometric pressure, normalized to sea level, while an isohypse connects points of equal geopotential height. Isohypses are also called height contours. Isobars are plotted only on surface charts, while isohypses are plotted on upper air charts such as the 850, 700, 500 and 300 hectopascal analysis and forecast charts. An isohypse is a point of equal height measured in decameters. An isohypse height contour represents the distance from 0 geopotential meters, assuming a perfectly flat and round Earth, to the pressure level of interest. For example, if the 700 hectopascal height at an airfield is 3,000 geopotential meters, this means there are 3,000 geopotential meters from sea level to the 700 hectopascal level. Roaring sondes can determine the geopotential height for each pressure level in the atmosphere above the point that they are relaunched. From this information, points of equal geopotential height can be connected at each pressure level in the atmosphere that it is plotted. This is used to produce the isohypse contour patterns of lows, highs, troughs and ridges on an upper air plot. The value of an isohypse is dependent on the average temperature of the air and the average moisture content of the air underneath the pressure level of interest. Low isohypse values indicate cold air troughs. High isohypse values indicate ridges where there's warmer air expanding, thus producing higher heights under the pressure levels of interest. Moisture has a minor effect on height as compared to temperature. Moist air will have a little higher isohypse value than dry air at the same temperature because moist air is less dense than dry air. Thickness lines. Pressure decreases with altitude and thickness measures the difference in height between two standard pressure levels in the atmosphere. It is proportional to the mean temperature of this layer of air, so is a useful way of describing the temperature of an air mass. Weather charts commonly show contour lines of 1000 to 500 hectopascal thickness, which represent the depth in decameters, where 1 decameter equals 10 meters, of the layer between the 1000 and 500 hectopascal pressure levels. Cold polar air has low thickness, and values of 528 decameters or less frequently bring snow to the UK. Conversely, warm tropical air has high thickness, and values in excess of 564 decameters across the UK often indicate a heat wave. Altimetry. When descending, change the altimeter from the standard pressure setting 1013 to QNH at the transition level. When climbing, change from QNH to the standard pressure setting 1013 at the transition altitude. With the 1013 set, an aircraft flying at flight level 80 will indicate 8,000 feet on the altimeter. With 1002 QNH set, the altimeter will read height above mean sea level.